Hi, everyone, and welcome to the SmartBear community interviews. We're doing these interviews where we talk with QA experts to talk about professional growth, QA hot topics, and much more. And today we're going to be talking with Thomas Phillips. He's a QA systems architect and a TestComplete Community Leader. He received this elite status because he has been really helpful in the community. He has answered a lot of questions from the community members. And so today we're going to learn a bit more about him and see whether he has any advice he could offer to novice testers. And without any further ado, hi, Thomas, how are you?
Good, thanks. How are you?
I'm pretty well, thank you so much. So the first questions I'm willing to ask is, could you tell us something about your background?
I studied mechatronics, and then my first job out of uni was actually doing embedded Linux development.
Mhm.
And then from there, I moved on to sort of more Python-based test automation, still on Linux. And then most recently, I've switched across to Windows, and that's all based in TestComplete.
And when did you decide to get into testing? What was the turning point for you?
A lot of our acceptance criteria was actually to do test automation of the parts that we were working on. And I found that I was just enjoying that a lot more.
Yeah, I see. And can you tell us something about your hobbies and interests? Like, what do you do besides being a great TestComplete expert?
Um, Play a bit of video games, a bit of board games, that sort of thing.
Video games. Awesome. Me too. Like, what's your favorite game? What's like at the
Uh,
moment?
at the moment, it'll be Astroneer.
Oh, I know this one. This is a cool one. And when did you get into the SmartBear community?
After learning a bit more about TestComplete, I started getting into the community because I was running into problems that I just couldn't find the solution for in the documentation. Yeah, so I started looking on the community and finding more, I guess, specific examples of doing weird things in TestComplete.
Yep. And it's an interesting question. Like, what motivates you the most to reply to others people's like threads? Like, it's an interesting thing when people transform from someone who's just asking questions to someone who starts replying to threads.
Yeah, I think after working with, so yeah, a lot of our testing is actually sort of both keyword testing and scripting. So I kind of had a bit of a quite a steep learning curve when I started across kind of quite a lot of TestComplete. And so I quickly found myself being able to answer more and more questions on the community. And because I had started out like learning from the community, I felt that I had to kind of contribute and help others out.
Yeah, I see. This is awesome. Um, and about TestComplete. So for how long have you been working with this tool?
Coming up for about a year.
What's your favorite, let's say, top 3 features of TestComplete? What makes it a good tool?
So I guess the debugging is really, really useful. Being able to jump in anywhere and see what's going on in both keyword tests and scripting. Also, the object spy is just like the object recognition and stuff is just ridiculously powerful. And you can just drill down into whatever you want, and all of the properties are there, and you can that it all just maps one to one with what the developers have written. And yeah, it's just really, really powerful. And I guess number 3 would be the range of scripting languages that you can actually use in TestComplete. So yeah, it's just whichever scripting language you're most familiar with, you can just jump right in.
You mentioned the learning curve, and people now talk more and more about self-education, and online education is a big thing right now. How do you prefer to self-educate? Do you read books? Do you, I don't know, enroll in online courses? Or maybe you just feel like the real experience of working with the tool is enough?
Yeah, so I guess when I first started out, getting into all of the documentation was really, really helpful. The documentation is like really, really good. It's almost better than the Microsoft developer documentation in quite a lot of places. So it was, yeah, it was really helpful getting into all of the documentation first, especially while working from home. And a couple, the video series, I guess as well, was quite helpful in getting started too.
Thank you for your answer. And so what advice would you have to someone who has just started their journey in QA?
Um, I guess it's kind of advice for everything, but just never stop learning. Don't stop learning new things.
Yeah, that's a great advice.
Don't like get sort of settled in and stuck in your little environment, because you'll quite easily get left behind. I've seen it happen several times. People just get left behind and they don't improve themselves and work on their own knowledge. Yeah, so just keep learning. Learn from all sources that you can, I guess.
Yeah, this is an awesome advice. I think that's really it, because sometimes people, they just concentrate on one thing and they just don't see even how they start to lag behind, and they just don't, and finally they're too far gone, like it's really
Yeah.
difficult to catch up with everything. Yeah, that's true. Okay, and finally, do you have any message to the community members? If you do, it's like the right time for you to say it. So the mic is yours.
It seems like quite a supportive community. So I guess thanks for taking the time to answer questions. And
it really is a supportive community. So we have like community heroes, and we have new people like yourself, the community leaders. So new people keep coming. And I think that it's great that we really support each other inside the community, and anyone can just come there and they will receive some attention, and people will, if not give them the solution, will try to provide some ideas how to move forward. And this is, I think, what's important. Yep. So thank you so much, Thomas, for the interview, and thanks for all the work that you do in the TestComplete community. And congratulations again on becoming the TestComplete community leader. And I hope we'll see you on the forums.
cool. No worries. See ya.